that one. We look at these two here, just as a guide sort of going forward. So on your left was your kind of before. Again, good setup, like I say. As we started swinging back, the red line obviously representing your spine angle and the yellow line your head. Now, there's no way you can keep your head in that yellow circle if your spine angle moves there. You'd have to break your neck something or have a real kind of... So you can see that sort of lifting up off the golf ball and then you've got to drop, okay? Now, you make a nice full backswing, okay? But at the sacrifice of moving the ball, moving the body incorrectly. If we look at this right-hand one as you go back now... Look at that. So the backswing length, okay, hasn't gone back quite as far. But would we say we're losing yardage? The 2 or 3 shots you actually hit there went about 20 yards further because you actually made a better contact with the golf ball. And we can see, we talked about that sort of shoulder angle here now, pointing more towards a golf ball roughly about a yard away over here. So you're not far from there. But compared to where these shoulders are pointing up here... I mean,
long way away.
Miles away to the side there, okay? So because of that lift off the golf ball, as you come back to the golf ball now, you've got to drop. Now, on occasions, you would drop the right amount. The problem is when you drop the right amount, it sometimes came at the sort of sacrifice of the direction. So a good strike would just go way to the left. And then, you might hit a nice shot, but then as you can see now, the ball again going off to the left there, and you then have to try to sort of fix things in the swing, i.e. by maybe aiming to the right, adding other faults, okay? This one here now, by maintaining your spine angle in that circle as you went back, you could just stay there, circle back to golf ball, good strike of the golf ball, and then through towards target. So you're swinging the body a bit more freely. Now, it probably feels a little bit tucked up and a little bit tight initially. And I think certainly the impact element's going to take a little bit longer to practice, but if we can get that body movement better, where we just practice this to the point where we think, okay, I'm never going to miss the ground. I think when people first start playing golf, it's a phrase I use time and time again, you've got to find the ground. Where's the ground? Where's the ground? Make sure we make contact with the ground. If you're too high, as you said on the first practice swing, you've got to think, okay, in the backswing, I've risen up with my spine on my shoulders. What we don't want to do is then think, oh, I tell you what, I'll just drop further down the next one. Because how much you drop will change. And it's only going to be this much different. We're talking like millimetres, centimetres that collect. If you drop not enough, half an inch, a millimetre or two less, you catch the top of the golf ball. A millimetre or two too much, you're in the ground behind the golf ball. And then you're going down the fairway with up and down like a yo-yo. Then you add a variable as a different club in your hands. Then you add the variable of the ground being slightly different angles. The variable of the ball being in the rough, sat up, sat down, both teeing up and tee on the ground. All these differences that come into it. It's no wonder that we never really get a consistent strike, because you've got a movement that's relying on basically 2 wrongs to make a right, and when it is right, as we said, it's at the sacrifice of direction. So if we can get the body working better, and you can sort of set up this little station at home, just sort of a golf ball that you would stand to, so get your distance from the ball there with that, and then place the club across your shoulders as we were showing you, and then make some swings now to this golf ball out. As I said, if you were thinking where the... I mark on here. So if you're setting yourself up to that red circled golf ball there, you want to try and feel that you're swinging your shoulders to just further than the screen would sort of allow. So roughly speaking, between there and there, we get a straight line, between those 2 golf balls there would be about 3 foot, roughly speaking. Okay, so a page, one. So if I stood there, okay, there's 1 yard, that kind of thing. Doesn't mean to the golf ball down there because you'll be that way. And if it means a slightly shorter backswing, then so be it. As I said, I'd rather you be shorter and better than long, out of control. And yes, you might create more energy, but really creating more energy is wasted if it's not been put to the golf ball. Well, exactly, You might have more energy created, but nothing that gets to the golf ball. And all the golf ball knows is how much energy is given. You could store 150 yards worth of energy. But if you give 20 yards to the golf ball, the ball's going to go 20 yards, If we can think, okay, I can store 70 yards and give it all 70%, 100%, 70 yards in total, that's when the ball's going to be going, and more consistently straighter, okay? So getting those shoulders to swing on a better angle, and this is going to be something to take a bit of practice, obviously, but you could do it with mirrors or cameras or peek and film or whatever. You can just see where your shoulders are, just to give you a guide as to what sort of angle you should be swinging on, okay? Does that make sense over that then, Okay, have a couple more then with that 7-iron, then we'll move up to the driver, okay?